And welcome back to Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Steve Swat. My guest this segment is Marty Keller, who's CEO of an organization called the Small Business Revolution. Welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
And the revolution began August 1st, I understand.
Yeah, essentially, we've just recently opened our doors. There's 3.5 million small business owners in this state, and I spent the last 4 years as their advocate working in the governor's office, and I heard over and over and over again that small business owners are the backbone of our economy and they're the engine of the recovery, and yet we don't see anything coming out of our legislature or even the new governor that indicates that they actually believe that from a policy perspective. So it occurred to us that we actually need to have more small business owners or people who support what small business owners go through in our state legislature. So we had a very simple idea. With 3.5 million small business owners, if everybody kicked $10 into a political action committee, you'd have a $35 million PAC, and you could make a real difference. So Small Business Revolution is out to organize those 3.5 million small business owners, to invite them to participate, and then given the incredible opportunity that next year offers with the redistricting, the open primary, the term limits, the low standing that government has right now among the population, to make a real difference, to find some of these new districts where there's not an incumbent, or there's an incumbent that's only represented a little piece of that district in the past, to either solicit support from that incumbent to support the small business interest, or to run somebody in that district who, as I said, is a small business owner or gets how important that is and is willing to support small businesses the first thing he or she does when he or she gets to Sacramento.
And it's your intention to have this PAC eventually support candidates on both sides, I mean nonpartisan.
This is nonpartisan.
Right.
We'd like to have a philosophical majority of members of both parties. You know, it's interesting that the political registration numbers of small business owners mirror California. 44% of small business owners are Democrats, 31% are Republicans, the rest decline to state. So it would make sense that both parties would be supportive of small business interest.
Why do you believe that the small business interests have been getting short shrift in the legislature?
Well, I think basically because they're not organized. So all of the special interests that can raise money and participate in elections and lobby during the course of the year have a very powerful presence here.
And the California Chamber of Commerce, which of course deals with large businesses, I mean, they've done very well.
Exactly.
They did very well under Governor Schwarzenegger.
Exactly. But even then, the Cal Chamber tends to represent the big business interest over the small business interest. I mean, it's obvious. It's very difficult to organize 3.5 million independent you know, cussed kinds of people who, you know, they're independent for a purpose. Our insight is that the tools of the internet age give us the opportunity to outreach and bring people together in a cost-effective way that we couldn't have done 20 years ago. 20 years ago would have been direct mail and all the expenses that would have been part of that. Now it's a completely different and wide open opportunity.
So you're a brand new organization and you haven't even had your first organizing meeting yet, and that's coming up though. Right?
Correct. We're pulling together a small business summit in November on the 15th in Los Angeles to solicit from all the different small business organizations that do exist to help us create a profile of a small business supportive candidate. Who should be getting our financial support? What should we expect them to agree to do? What things do we want them to take on and cause as a champion once they get up here to Sacramento?
And any idea how many folks might show up for this? I know you're still trying to get them to arrive.
Well, we're expecting the leadership of all our small business trade groups in the state. That's at least 150, and then any other small business owner that wants to participate. Because even if you put together all the membership of the small business groups, they don't represent even a fraction of the total number.
All right. Well, Marty Keller, CEO of Small Business Revolution in California, thank you very much for coming by and talking about your new organization.
I appreciate the time. Thank you, Steve.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Comcast Newsmakers. We'll see you next time.